so nice to be here. I love it. This is my favorite event. Just being out here with the veterans and the families and the caregivers and very generous people and one person who didn't turn the phone on. Oh, hold on. Fucking Mom Donnie. Can you please? I believe everything on Mom Donnie now. Anything that happens. 2 and 8. Fucking Mom Donnie. Excited about Mom Donnie? I'm sure as the rich people, you're the ones moving out. Are you the ones leaving? Everybody's nervous. It's gonna turn the city into a shithole. That's why I moved here. Didn't we come here because New York's a shithole? We didn't come here because it's nice. That's not. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere nice. New York is. It's hard. It's shitty. And I've never felt nervous living here because I had that chain on my door. You know that? You have one of those? You got that chain on your door? You shut that at night, you put the chain on. It says to the criminals, "You're not getting in here unless you push with your hand." That does. Look at this. This is not right. Aging sucks. Everything changes. Everything, your body changes. You know what I found I don't look good in anymore? Is pictures. Body falls apart. I tore my rotator cuff. It's actually a funny story. I moved my arm. I went to the orthopedist and he took an MRI and he comes back and he goes, "Yeah, it's a completely torn rotator cuff and slap tear on the labrum." And I was like, "Wow, that's rough. Like, what's the operation like?" He goes, "Oh, think about the operation." And I was like, "You said it was torn." And he goes, "Well, what's your usage?" And I was like, "Of my arm?" A lot. I'm not like a crazy arm guy. Like I'm not like Pete Townsend, like Forrest Gump wave. Like I use it was like a fucking every day. Like I get dressed. And it's like, always. And I'm like, wait, what are we doing? And here's what happened. So the reason why he was asking me is he goes, "Look, as people get older," this is brutal. He goes, "It's just the expense of the operation and the extent of the rehab, and like if you're not going to be, necessarily using it a lot." And I'm like, "Am I being totaled? Like what just happened?" Did the doctor just come in and be like, "Well, the damage exceeds your worth, so you're done"? Because you don't think of life and death we think of life and death as a binary. For like life and death. You don't realize it is there are departments that just close down for business on your body. You're just like like one of those half-abandoned malls in a Rust Belt. You just look at your dick and like, didn't there used to be a Macy's there? As you get older, it's humiliating. Recently, I shouldn't tell you. I recently had to use my reading glasses to jerk off. Like that now. Too much? Is that? It's embarrassing. It's because in the old days, you know, it's not like it wasn't digital in the old days. It was not to be that guy. Like, oh, when I was a boy, we would walk to the grocery store and buy a magazine. Pictures of women in it. You could fold it out. There was 3 pictures. And jerk off from 8, 9 feet away. It was unbelievable. Now today with the telephones, that's what happens. You sit down and you're like, all right, let's. Oh, for God's sakes. Changing a tire? What is happening? There is no greater walk of shame. One you do. The bathroom where you were going to masturbate. The living room. Your family is watching Jeopardy. You're so old they jerk off at 7 p.m. Can't even make it to Wheel of Fortune. That's what's happening. It's sad. This is what, you know, this is Jews. This is what. There's an expression, black don't crack. When black people get old, you can't really do it. Black don't crack. For Jews, the expression is, Jews age like avocados. Oh, you've been there. You go to the grocery store, you get that avocado, drive that quarter of a mile home. Get home and look in the bag and go, it's liquid. It's now liquid. It's gonna chase the Jew. You know, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the guy does. You know, people say like, oh, aren't you worried about anti-Semitism? And I'll be honest with you, like, I'm not worried about anti-Semitism. I mean this. I think anti-Semitism will be fine. It's very resilient. People are always mad at you. They're always like, it's got nothing to do with anything. Fucking Kanye thinks we ruined his Adidas deal. Like, anti-Semitism is going to be... It's going to be completely... We're going to be good. You know, everybody's always so mad, like, Jews, you guys, you control the media, you control the banks. We don't. We dominate them. We don't control them. By the way, we also control gastroenterology. Nobody's mad about that. Nobody's out there, you colon-filming motherfuckers. Like, nobody cares. And by the way, if you're going to control people, you think it's through the banks? No, it's when you're asleep through your anus. That's how we do it. Slip a couple of Apple AirTags in there. Zuzza with the camera, just to know where you are. I hate that when they say like, oh, Jews control that. There's a difference between control and domination, right? Black people dominate the NBA, they don't control it. That's the commissioner and agents, you know, Jews. Ah, I got 2 kids. My wife is Catholic and I'm Jewish. We have 2 kids, and so there was always that conversation, like, how are you going to raise the kids? And we decided, and we talked a lot about it, and decided to raise them to be sad. We thought that that was the best boy and girl. We had the boy first, and then we had the girl, which I'm glad. I think if we had had the girl first, we would have thought there was something really wrong with the boy. But we had him first, so we just thought, oh. And then she came along, and we were like, this one works fine. Like, I used to come home from work. I remember when Nate was like 4 and I was like 3. I'd come home from work and Maggie would run up to the door and she'd be like, "Hi, Daddy, did you work today? I don't have a job, but I tell jokes. Do you tell jokes? Knock, knock. I love you. Bye, Daddy." And I would look over at the boy, naked, wearing a cowboy hat, grape jelly on his balls. Nobody knows why. But I'm so delighted you guys are here. I wanted to leave with a little story that I think you'll enjoy because it's about this. You know, there's a VFW near my house. My son is now in college, and the first time he came home from school, he was back at home. And that morning I had to go. There's a VFW in my town, and sometimes we go there and we just shoot the shit with guys, just try and hold each other accountable, kind of talk to each other, kind of check in on everybody and all that. So I went. And this one particular morning, I met this incredible guy. And you're always worried about, am I raising my kids right? Like that kid, like somebody's raising that kid right, right? And I always wonder, like, am I raising my kids right? So I meet this guy after 9/11. He was 18 years old, and he immediately signed up to go into the military. He had deployed 3 times by the time he was 24, twice in Afghanistan and once in Iraq. Then he'd come back and he'd struggle. He'd hit some hard times. Got into some things he shouldn't have gotten into. But he'd started to pull it around, and now he was married, he had a kid on the way, and he had started his own graphics design business. He was like 40 years old. And I was blown away by the guy's resilience and his commitment and his honesty. It was incredible. I get home around 12:30. Around 1:30 p.m., I get a text from upstairs. "I'm awake. Make me a bagel." I just talked to this impressive guy. I'm just thinking about, am I raising my kids right now? My son, I'm embarrassed. So I just type back, no. 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 And I get the little bubbles. "Could you just toast it and cut it?" I don't know what it's like at your house, but in my house, that's making a bagel. There is not another step. There's no missing thing that I was like, you cut it, that's making a bagel. Now I'm furious. No, make your own bagel. Silence. 3:30 in the afternoon. His door finally opens. He comes out of his room and starts walking downstairs. Naked, wearing a cowboy hat. You guys have been fantastic. Thanks so much for listening. Now let's bring out, we have some more music for you. For as good as you guys have been,